He motivated people's morale and their sense of belief and moral standards in themselves. He would have been a great general, a great leader, a great congressman, a spokesman, if not a fighter, but with the same character and personality that he possesses now. He was one of those rare, interesting people. Just basically to believe in yourself and to believe in God. And he was just, he's one of those rare fellas. Customato, who's very dear to me, always said, I'm never in my lifetime going to see another man like Ali. And he said, I don't think you will either. It's just no one that possessed so much self-confidence and belief and just character that just rose to the level and transcend boxing to the level which is never seen before. From somebody that's just a great fan of boxing, I see from so many different aspects, and I just watched them. I watched the fights from 1890s, 1880s, and I just love the fact is to see how Ali, he's just head and shoulders above the rest, just and personality and presence alone, you know. I don't know, I'm sure there always will be somebody to come along to take the imagination away from the audience, but he'll never be forgotten. It's just like when you compare the two, like him and Joe Louis. Joe Louis was a national champion. Ali was a world champion. You know what I mean? America covered Joe Louis. The world loved Ali. There's nowhere Ali can go and he's not recognized. Well, I like to get a hold of it, you know, and I like to just be prepared when I do get a chance. I just don't want to rush into it. You know, I just don't get, I don't eat up to the hype, like, all right, we need Mike to take it back to America. I never look at myself as like American. I'm just somebody in this country loving my life, you know, just living. Well, I wouldn't say that. There's so many great fights. You know, there's two guys that are nobodies can get together. The chemistry's right. That's a great fight. There's been so many great fights. But that's a fight that that will go down in history as something that'll never be forgotten, I believe. I had a great deal of respect for Muhammad Ali. I had a great deal of respect, and I've never seen a man of his stature before in my life, and I just never forgot him. I just thought that's something that I would want to do one day, to accomplish the fame and fortune that he accomplished.
This is the first time you sat down for an interview with ESPN in a while. Why now? Why did you want to talk to us?
I don't know. You know, I'm going to tell you something, Jeremy. I'm crazy, right? Because I'm running around here mad at everybody for no reason. And I just, I don't know. I'm probably just mad at me. It's mad. I don't know what I was mad
You're not mad anymore?
No, at least I don't appear to be. No.
You seem happier than you've been in a while.
I'm just happy that I just went to, I had a, God, I don't know the revolution, but I just, some kind of weird revelation. I just started just forming, bonding a life with myself and with people around me who I feel close, and life is too short to hold grudges, to be angry at people, and I'm just happy as existing.
You described yourself a few months ago as very angry. Angry at everyone, hating everyone. What's changed?
Because I know the problem stems basically because of me. And every time I wanted that problem to end, I could cause it to end. And that's what I do now. I just cause all my ill trouble just to disappear.
People used to pay to see you fight, and they paid a lot of money to see you fight because they respected your boxing skills, your acumen in the ring, your power. Do you think they're paying that money now for those set of skills, or is it because they think there's the potential for mayhem every time you step in the ring?
I don't know what anyone pays to see, but I know when they pay in abundance. So whatever it is they're looking for, I hope I must be giving it to them because they continue to pay.
Do you ever feel, though, that sometimes, I mean, with all the things that have happened, that it feels more like a sideshow than boxing?
I don't believe that. If that more of a sideshow, I think probably that they believe mostly when I'm outside of the ring, and I've given it some apocalyptic kind of statements. And other than that, they take. I think they take my performance and my fighting very serious. It's just sometimes the outcome of my fight, if it may be brutal or else it just may be somewhat particular. I don't know, but I'm just happy as that, that I'm the kind of fighter that I can always get a payday and people like to watch me fight. I don't know. Mostly all of them in some fashion or another, because the only thing that we all have, I will explain, the only thing that we all have in common up there is that we all were poverty-stricken. You know what I mean? And you have to know that everybody in that wall, plus myself, right? We all earned our money and are living the same way. And I bet you we mostly spend it the same way. We probably conduct ourselves the same way. And it's just so wild that, it comes a time in all of our lives we all go back and say, because I listen to a lot of interviews that they could live their life over, they would do this, they would do this, they would do that. A lot of those fighters, like myself, have been involved with people who are older than them and more sophisticated than them when they started fighting, and they've been abused and taken advantage of. And I know a lot of them have to be bitter. They have to grow old being bitter, because I'm just a young boy compared to those guys, even in their prime. I'm probably their age now, right? But I'm just saying to myself, those guys have to be bitter, because I know the stages I went through, dealing with shifty managers, shifty promoters, and your shifty people involved in the whole ambulance of boxing. And I don't know how they made it. They're a hell of a men than I were.
In 1998, you were evaluated psychologically by doctors at Massachusetts General Hospital. They determined that you were suffering from depression, as you just said, low self-esteem, and that you had problems with anger management. How have you tried to address those problems?
That's all they said was wrong with me?
I don't know if that's all.
Oh, okay. Well,
those are among the things.
Well, if those are the basic issues that's wrong with Mike Tyson, then I've joined a long cast of people, famous and not so famous, with that medical condition. And then if that's the problem with me, then that's basically nothing, because I know everyone in this room probably at one time or another, probably now, that they never let people know that suffer from those symptoms. But I'm not walking around the street, oh, Mike, you're a horrible guy. I'm a winner. Because if I wasn't a winner, your guys wouldn't be here. Just that I'm a fuck-up sometimes. But as far as low self-esteem is not being a winner, I have my moments of low self-esteem, but I know I'm special. I'm very special. And by being very special, you can still have low self-esteem. I just know I'm a winner, and I can do whatever I want to do, and I'm capable of doing whatever I want to do. It's just sometimes I punish myself because I have so much, because I'm so... And it seems so bizarre that I say that. It's just that sometimes I feel guilty because I'm so much of everything. And sometimes I want to, and it's so bizarre I say this to you. I'm sometimes actually, that's just part of this illness or depression, that sometimes you just try to be the bad guy because I feel like I don't deserve as much as I have. Because really, when you really look at it, I'm so fortunate, it's not even funny.
I know you must have been asked this a million times, but I never heard you answer it. Do you think it would have been different had Cuss been around, and how would it have been different?
Yeah, it would have been a lot different, because Cuss, I was very respectful towards Cuss, and until recently, it's been difficult for me to be very respectful and be very accepting anyone else as far as not a role model, but somebody that would set a good example for me, because I'm very, I don't know, I'm sinister sometimes, and sometimes I could be, I don't know, irritant, but I just try to, after all the mistakes I made in the past, I just try to just gratify them by just living a positive life and try to do the right thing, which is sometimes difficult, but I made a lot of mistakes when I was a young kid. No one ever says, wow, I'm a 20-year-old kid with a bunch of millions of dollars. No one's ever said, hey man, I never had anyone say, hey Mike, well, you need to put your money away, or Mike, you have to behave this. I never had that. I was just a young kid with a lot of money, led to run wild. And I had a lot of bad experience, but a lot of those experiences and those learning processes, I wouldn't give up for the world.
You mentioned to me earlier that you don't even like the guy that you were 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and you think you're still paying for the mistakes you made as a younger person, and you're a different person now?
Yeah, of course, if I'm a young 19-year-old